Hey everyone, it's Diego Reyes for CNN Philippines 10, where we break down major stories from here and abroad into bite-sized facts in 10 minutes. On the final week of Women's Month, we highlight the Queen of Philippine sports, Heidelin Diaz, as the Woman of the Week. The country's lone Olympic gold winner is more than ready to lead the Philippines in the Olympics next year. Diaz says her role as standard bearer of Team Philippines is turning out to be her motivation to qualify in the 2024 Paris Games. Multimedia superstar Ann Curtis proves she's a Diyosa with a big heart. She recently joined the Tokyo Marathon to raise funds for child abuse victims. The TV host actress matched the over 1 million peso donation for the project, which is in partnership with UNICEF Philippines. The total donations amounted to 2.1 million pesos. Meanwhile, popstars unite. As Sarah Geronimo, the country's pop star royalty, is set to make her big comeback on the concert stage. She will be holding her 20th anniversary concert on May 12th at the Smart Araneta Coliseum in Quezon City. She will be directing her own concert along with singer Paolo Valenciano. The Philippines' well-loved Korean star Sandara Park is returning to Manila next month. Dara will be hosting the Epicon Festival this April, featuring 4 generations of K-pop artists. On Instagram, she teased her Filipino fans saying, quote, "Ready na ba kayo?" Former 21 lead dancer Minzy is also set to reunite with Dara in the Music Fest. They worked together as members of the Korean girl group before it disbanded in 2016. Also heading to Manila is K-pop girl group NMIXX, scheduled to perform for Filipino Ensers on June 30th. This is part of the group's Showcase World Tour, which kicks off in Seattle, USA in May. Asian stops will include Bangkok, Jakarta, Taipei, and Singapore. Travel goals na relationship goals pa. Filipino Kisha Medrano began traveling in 2016, and after 7 years, she had been to 82 provinces in the country. She says it is through travel that she saw the country's natural beauty.
Talagang makikita, mapapatunayan mo talagang ay mga Pilipino talaga is hospitable, yung wini-welcome ka nila kahit hindi mo sila kakilala. And talagang mapagmamalaki ko yung Pilipinas kasi ang gaganda po talaga. Parang ano nga sabi nga po ng asawa ko, pinagsama-sama siyang ibang bansa.
And beyond discovering beautiful sceneries while traveling, Kisha also met her forever. And from San Miguel Corporation, the company extends aid and support to fisherfolk in Cavite who are affected by its dredging operations in the area. Tanza Cavite Municipal Administrator Tutoy Sanaris explains to the community that the project is related to the airport construction in Bulacan. While the planned airport will benefit the country's economy, Sanaris says the project proponent will make sure communities relying on fishing for livelihood will not be left behind. More than 2,000 fisherfolk from Rosario, Cavite received food packs containing 20 pieces of canned goods, coffee, and 5 kilograms of rice, while more than 1,000 boat owners from Tanza, Cavite received cash aid of 5,000 pesos. San Miguel says the cash allowance will be given to people concerned until the project is completed in the area, or possibly up to a year and a half. One of Pinoy's favorite dishes is adobo. Aside from it being easy to cook, there are also other ways to improve its taste. It was recently featured on Google Doodle, the first ever for a Pinoy dish. According to Google Philippines, adobo is a big part of our story as Filipinos and a comfort food for many of us. Since we're in Filipino story already, know more about our roots even at night, as historical site Fort Santiago in Manila is now open until 11 p.m. The Intramuros administration has released the new schedule from 9 a.m. to 11 p.m. on weekdays and from 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. on weekends. In 1951, Fort Santiago was recognized as a national shrine and a national monument, and as a national cultural treasure in 2014. It's official. Antipolo Cathedral in Rizal Province is now an international shrine, the first in the country. The National Shrine of Our Lady of Peace and Good Voyage has announced that it has received the Vatican decree. The Holy See approved the church's petition for international shrine status in June last year, which is given to historical places or those relating to saints. Hogwarts is coming to Japan as Warner Brothers brings the studio tour of Harry Potter to Tokyo. This is HP's first studio tour outside the United Kingdom. Warner Brothers shows a glimpse of platform 9 and 3/4 where Hogwarts Express is located. Even the Diagon Alley and Wizards shopping area. Warner Brothers Worldwide Studio Operations Head says Japan has potential to be a gateway to fans in Asia Pacific. It also aims to encourage more Potterheads or Harry Potter fans. From Potterheads, we go to pet owners. Having a pet has plenty of benefits, so it's a must that you take care of your fur companions properly.
Rabies exists in the Philippines, so it is endemic in the Philippines, and rabies has a very high mortality rate. Although the case fatality rate of rabies is close to 100%, it is preventable. The rabies virus actually thrives in the salivary glands of mammals. So in our country, the most common animals involved are dogs, and then other animals that can transmit rabies are cats, monkeys, and also bats. For an animal to be infected with rabies, the animal has to have an exposure first. So dapat nakagat siya or nakalmot ng isang rabid animal din. When the animal is exposed and eventually would develop rabies, there is still an incubation period wherein the animal might not be presenting signs and symptoms of rabies. Some animals may present the symptoms sooner than other animals. The key here is really just to prevent when you get exposed to an animal bite.
On to women's stories. Grammy Award-winning superstar Taylor Swift returned in a concert scene as she kicked off her tour in Arizona, USA. She performed 44 songs in her opening night, from the classic to the latest tracks. Nostalgia filled the 3-hour concert as the pop star sang hits from her Fearless album, Love Story, and You Belong With Me. Fans were also glued to Taylor's 10-minute version of All Too Well and everyone's recent favorite, Anti-Hero, from her Midnights album. Swifties around the world were also treated to 4 unreleased tracks which the singer dropped ahead of the Eras tour. Meanwhile, her best friend, Selena Gomez, made a historical social media milestone in her career. She is the first woman to reach 400 million followers on Instagram. Just last month, she took over American media personality and socialite Kylie Jenner as the most followed woman in the photo-sharing app. Gomez thanked her fans and even hoped she could hug all 400 million of them. Her followers are at 402 million as of March 23. In sports, Filipino tennis star Alex Ayala secures a wildcard entry at the 2023 Miami Open for the 3rd time. The 17-year-old netter is targeting to go further in the competition, following her early exits in the last 2 years. Miami Open runs until April 2nd at the Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, Florida, USA. Meanwhile, Filipina pole vaulter Natalie Uy is determined to reclaim her crown at the Southeast Asian Games in May in Cambodia. Uy is the gold medalist and record holder of the women's pole vault after tallying 4.25 meters at the 2019 SEA Games in the Philippines. However, she failed to defend her title last year after missing the competition.
Coming off the injury, there's a lot of still kind of conditioning and kind of mental preparation that I need to do that just comes with repetitions. And since I haven't had those repetitions, we're doing the best that we can in order to make up for that lost time. But I have full confidence that I can do what I need to do and get back out there.
And now for 10-second trivia. Who among these Filipino heroines was widowed twice in her lifetime? Gabriela Silang, Josefa Escoda, Melchora Aquino, or Teresa Magbanwa? Gabriela Silang is the Filipino heroine who was widowed twice in her lifetime. When she was 20, she was married forcefully to a wealthy old man who died 3 years later. She then met Filipino revolutionary leader Diego Silang. And that's it for CNN Philippines 10. I'm Diego Reyes, giving you news you can use, news you can trust in 10 minutes. Thanks for joining me today, and see you again next time.